Hi, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage, and we are holding our monthly tech meet at my garage. We're going to get into this S1 steering box. This is actually off a 58 S1 Flying Spur. All the clouds I put like STP or that Lucas oil stabilizer in it too. It seems to resolve a lot. I have the threes had a real bad shutter problem because they upped the boost and they made it more sensitive. So the Cloud 3s in the parking lot, a lot of them will have a little shudder in the steering. It's really disconcerting. So I changed the fluid, and then they made a modification kit for the fittings out at the steering ram to where it reduces the orifice. So less fluid goes through, it doesn't go as fast. You still have your assist, but it doesn't go as fast. So I usually just braze up the fittings and then drill a 100 thousandths hole in it, both fittings.
When you said they upped it, to make the steering turn easier for somebody?
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. The pressure on the pump is a lot higher on the 3. And then the valving is different it doesn't have all these springs and things. It's just a solid fit. So it moves back and forth. So it seems to move easier with less effort. That's the idea. You got to use effort to move these springs and all that.
Isn't it true that you lose road feel if you're putting more power into it?
Yes. Old Chryslers were bad about that.
I mean, you're driving a car that you don't feel what the amount of grip you're getting on the road.
The way things are going, we won't even be driving our cars anymore. They'll be driving themselves, and they'll be directed by Big Brother.
So there is a big difference in the Cloud 2 with the V8 and the Cloud 3 with the V8?
The steering, yeah.
Steering, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huge difference. I forget what the pressure boost was. I think the 3s it was like 1250, and before that was, I'm probably off on it. I think it's 750 on the 3s and 400 or 500 on the earlier versions of the 1s and the 2s. That's why you like your Daimler, right? Except in the parking lot.
So you have Armstrong power steering.
That's right.
You have Armstrong power steering.
Not Sidley, but silly.
But if you keep the tires blown up, it's not too bad.
If you get what?
If you keep the tires up the top height.
Yeah, 120 pounds. Yeah, they steer real easy then. Okay. Now this is the part where it gets a little dicey. This sleeve is hard to get out. So what I was looking for, the centering for this worm gear, is this right here. There's a washer in there, and that's what I was looking for. This washer just doesn't seem to come to this box.
Yeah, it's a
Different diameter, everything. There is one more washer down here that sets the preload on this under the bearing, but it's really big. So this is not of this world.
It says Walmart 1995.
Oh yeah, the needle bearings are going to come flying. Here's another plate. It goes all down by that is what it's done. There. I'm trying to get the whole sleeve assembly out there without disturbing the bearings. It's moving now. You see how this is moving now? It's tight. It's aluminum, so you don't want to large stuff. It's a good idea.
Outwardly, just as the place started working on it, how difficult
There comes some needle bearings.
I'm going to hold the socket and you give you a separate hand. I'll trust you. No, you do the wacky.
Uh,
You want me to hit too?
no. I think I'll get the rest of these needle bearings out real quick. Lost some over there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Oh, this space.
How do you get him back in?
Patience and grease.
I used to share my
There's a couple
I hope you
behind
don't. Yeah, I hope you're not short one.
house.
I see
Put
two.
it back in.
You said 2?
Okay, I thought that was another one that's sitting there. This is debris.
Excuse me?
Few in the pan.
What? There's a bunch in the pan, I know that. I'll find them all.
What's
There's
this?
needle bearings.
Oh, bearings.
It's a sports car with the old classic 30 star.
The last tap was it. So I was hoping to pull this whole damn thing out as one, but the last one I took apart, the sleeve didn't want to come out either. Ooh. Excellent. Why don't you tap this, Chuck? Right? And hold it. And I'll try to keep this all as one.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. So sweet. So, there it is. So this thing right here moves it in and out. So you get your proper mesh there in the center position against this roller. And it has all these needle bearings, which we can pull out. Oh, not quite. These are pretty, are precision fit. Do this. Where'd the hammer go? Oh, just out of reach. And what I'm trying to do here is get this thing out. Just hold it solid. They're all the same. No need to worry.
They're numbered individually.
Yes. And then you got to go back in the same spot. Otherwise, it throws everything off.
And one side is clockwise, the other side is counterclockwise. You got
That's right.
Oh yeah, right. And pity the poor fool had to number them.
Yeah.
So once this is all together and you go to adjust it, these big nuts at the end with the washers way out here have to be loosened. You can adjust it in the car. And then this has to be, you have to tap this with a mallet to get this till you get the right feel.
Right.
And I like to have it so that the steering, when it gets to that center point, it just gets ever so slightly tight. You know, it's going to put some force. Got to remember that by the time you put that big steering wheel on the end, and you got those big tires out on the road and all the linkages in between, even the slightest, amount of play, you can really, it'll make a difference trying to go down the road. So I like them a little bit tight, but not so tight that they don't return when you go around a corner. You got to be able to let go of the wheel, and it should try to come back to center.